Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Alicia here from AIpreneurs Profit Partners. And I've had a number of different people reach out in regards to high ticket sales. And, maybe they may be a little bit lost in how to present their offers, how to sell their school network, how to sell their course. And so, my background, I've been in sales for quite some time. I obviously started my sales career at Valley Total Fitness in the gym, selling gym memberships, and then all the way to some expensive equipment, outfitting gyms, and then eventually here, with some high ticket sales. Okay. So, today, my mentor, we had a training the other day, and she had this great, topic that I really wanted to help, the team members within our team, when it comes to high ticket sales, right? So if you're struggling, that's okay. The biggest advice I can give is that repetition, repetition, repetition. Okay. So try to get on as many calls as you can to pitch your service, to pitch your school, to pitch your agency. Again, the more repetitions, it's like a batter, right? The more bats, the more swings they have, the greater the percentage of them, hitting that ball. So the same thing with sales. You want to try to get in front of as many people as you can to present your offer. Okay. So today's topic is from $70 problems to priceless solutions. So what that means is that, most often what we see in new high ticket closers or individuals trying to sell, they're new to selling, they focus on the $70 problems. And let me go to the next slide here. So most closers think they're selling high ticket AI solutions. Reality, they're just listing features, tech, and buzzwords. So again, I designed this mini course for, AI agencies. However, you can take a look at this information, you can gather this information and apply it to your specific field, right? So are you focusing on just features and buzzwords? Or are you really, in your discovery, are you asking the questions that are, really solving problems and addressing their pain points, where they feel like your solution is something that they must have, or they will stay and remain in the place they are? Okay, so let's talk about the $70 problem trap. Okay, so individuals that you may find in your discovery, they may say, well, I want to save time. Okay, that's good. But think about this. That is a surface level goal that doesn't create urgency. Okay. Or how about I need a better follow-up system? Okay, that's good too. But, that can be easily solved with a $30 CRM system or a free trial or a free tool. When you're talking one of your high ticket packages where it's like a 5K, 10K, 15K, if we don't get to the real deep root of why they reached out to you, whether they scheduled a call or you reached out to them or they've inquired on your landing page, we really have to get down and dirty and really find out what is going on, right? Or what if they say, I want more leads? That's a generic problem with countless cheap solutions, right? See where I'm getting at? Okay. So the game-changing truth, if you're selling high-ticket packages for your specific offer, if we're talking 5K plus, you could even sell 2K, 3K, but we're talking 5K, 10K, 20K. That is a real investment, okay? That's not for tools alone. That is a true investment where someone is putting skin in the game to get real results, to basically take them from where they are right now to that promised land, right? So think about it. If they're investing $0, that's kind of YouTube solutions, right? It's just about time saving. It's about them just not having to invest anything, not put skin in the game. They're just looking to solve those surface solutions, right? But at the end of the day, as a high ticket closer, and you believe and you're convicted about your solution for your specific niche, we have to address what is the true cost of staying stuck. Okay, think about that. When you are in your discovery, you're asking the questions. What is the true cost of that individual staying stuck where they are at because they only want those surface level solutions? Okay. All right, let's talk about the priceless problem. Okay. So at the end of the day, someone wants to get, or let's say they're stuck in the weeds. They're a new business owner or even an existing, owner, and they're stuck in the weeds, right? What does that mean for them? It means no time to scale their vision. So if they're stuck, let's say in doing just everyday work, in doing paperwork, answering calls, managing the people, right? That is stuck in the weeds. And that will slow a business down, bring it to a halt faster than, I can't even think of the word, but it will basically keep them where they're at. Okay. How about this? Missing family time, back end chaos, steals personal moments. Ooh, that's a hard one. So when you're in discovery, ask that, like, what is your family life like? Are you spending time with friends? Are you spending time with your kids? Are you missing moments? And I know in business there are seasons, right? But sometimes, believe it or not, entrepreneurs will live day in, day out, year after year after year, missing family time because they have not learned to scale their business the right way. And so maybe you have that solution to give them back the freedom and time to spend with their loved ones. Okay. Next one, losing momentum, leads and revenue slipping away daily. Ooh, that's a hard one, right? Now, does your solution solve that? Does it help them gain momentum where they're not losing leads and the revenue is not dripping down day by day by day, month after month, year after year? They're on the verge of closing down their business, or let's say they're losing so much money, it's ruining their home life and their marriage is going bad. You see, these are some real priceless problems and not surface level. And this is what we need to get to in that discovery and really dig deep and ask the questions. Okay. How about this next one? Watching dreams fade. Ooh, that's a sad one, right? This individual invested everything, heart, soul, and time into this dream of creating this business. And what happens? Their dream is slowly fading away and they're feeling powerless to change course. Maybe some of you have talked to someone like that on your phone call before, but you're here to help them. You don't want people's dreams to fade away. You want to be able to give them the solution, but you got to ask that question. Okay. Time, the ultimate currency. Woo, we know that in life and business, time is the ultimate currency. And so your solution is going to give them back time, right? So think about it. Family moments missed and never recovered. You can never get back time. That's the crazy thing, is in life, you can never get back time. And if you have an entrepreneur or someone, an individual that is really struggling in life and you have a service that can help them gain back some of that time, not even just their family, maybe even just themselves. How many times you think of people that do not take care of their personal health, right? So, you want to help them, recover those moments. Okay. Business growth stalled by manual processes, right? And so if we think about an AI agency, right, you are going to help them utilize AI as a tool to help them gain back their time, make more money, and create more freedom. Okay. Task AI can handle, draining human potential. Okay. So when we say draining human potential, like I said, you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're a solopreneur and you're running around with a chicken with its head off because you're trying to do everything. I remember when I first started my business, I was cleaning the bathroom. I was mopping the gym. I was managing people. I was doing online work. I was creating videos, you name it. I had 7 to 10 different hats, right? But think about how AI can handle some of those tasks to help you, grow and thrive as a business owner. All right. The pitching pitfall. Okay. So again, you're going into your pitch. You've had this wonderful discovery. You're really digging down to the root of their problems and you're really getting to help them feel that pain and they want to get out of that pain. So when you go to make that pitch, don't talk about tech talk, features, integrations, and specs. Again, that is surface level, getting into the weeds. That's not what you want to cover. Remember, we want to focus on those moments, those high value pointless or those points that, you really hit home in that discovery, right? Price focus. Oh man, don't fall down this rabbit hole, okay? Price focus, your bargain hunting mindset activated. So, if you get individuals that are just really strictly focused on price, okay, I'll have to do another talk about that. But people that are focused on price, they're going to try to gouge you. Don't fall into that level. Maybe they're not the right fit, or maybe you just haven't digged deep enough. But it could be either or. But okay, value loss. Basically, your 5K solution becomes a $70 problem. Again, you go back to those surface level problems like, okay, I need a new lead, or I want more leads, or I just want more time. Again, you have to draw people, and again, it's just having honest and open conversations in your discovery. And you just ask a question, hear the response, ask another question, get to the real root of the problem, okay? The shift that changes everything, deeper questions beyond surface requirements, right? Oops, sorry, let me go back there, okay? We have to get used to. It's like talking to a friend, right? You have to think of high ticket sales, and you have to think about when you go into a sales conversation with somebody, it's simply just about having a conversation. Imagine they're your friend and you're sharing your service. You have the conviction that your service can work. You are having a natural conversation, and you're truly, when I go on these conversations, I truly believe that I can help these people with the service that I'm offering, right? I'm not no con artist. No, I truly believe that my service can help these individuals. Specifically, they are looking to save time, create freedom, and, make some more money, right? With my AI agency. So deeper questions. Slow down the discovery. Let the pain surface naturally, right? Again, you have to allow people to open up, to talk, to be vulnerable. And you have to take that position and understand, man, that is, if someone is being vulnerable with you about their current situation in their business or in their life, we have to take that and be so forthcoming and understanding and have the empathy, but also ask the questions. Okay. And then let's focus on the why now. Urgency creates decision. Let me say that one more time, because I had a mentor say this to me, Alicia. Urgency creates decision. Some people, you'll get people that can make, decisions on the spot. You'll have others that you may second guess them. So that's where within that conversation, you have to become the coach, not the salesperson, right? You're a coach. You're helping them, through their decisions and, second guessing themselves, right? And then let's calculate the real cost. Years, not just dollars. Let me repeat that again. Years, not just dollars. So let's say your program is a 5K program, right? So right now, maybe your client is saying, wow, 5K, that's a lot of money. I don't know if I can afford that. But then you ask the question, well, how can you not afford it if, maybe 5-10 years, you're still in the same spot? Or maybe you're so stuck where you're at. What if you don't change? You're going to continue to lose money. You're going to continue to lose time with your family. Like, where will you be if you don't make change today? And then let them sit on that, right? Let them think about that. Because then in their mind, they're going to start thinking like, oh crap, where will I be if I don't make changes now? Yeah, it's a 5K investment, but if I don't make this change now, maybe I'll be out of business. Maybe I'll be divorced, or maybe I won't get to see my kids grow up, or maybe I won't make change and, I could lose everything, right? So think about, calculate the real cost, okay? All right, from selling tech to changing lives, okay? Reveal what's at stake, not just what they gain, okay? So as I just mentioned before, what is really at stake if they do not commit to make change today? You can always stay where they're at, but they reached out to you because they wanted change. Something that you said in your landing page or something that you said within your talk made them think like, man, I want something better. I want something better than where I'm at right now, right? So reveal what's at stake, right? Okay, become a trusted advisor, not just a vendor. You are that trusted advisor. Remember when I said in that call, in that, conversation that you're having in your sales call, you're that trusted advisor. You're guiding them. You're providing recommendations. You're not someone that's just selling them something. Why? Because you believe in what you're selling. What you have is something great, something that can really, truly change their life. And you have to believe that. You have to have that conviction, right? So change lives, not just businesses, right? Close deals that truly matter, right? Again, close deals that truly matter. And so if you're sitting across, whether it be a Zoom or on a telephone call, you are hearing this person's pain. It is your duty. It is your responsibility to lean into that sale, to ask those hard questions and get them to see, the vision of where they can be. Right now, they're in pain. You want to solve that problem for them, and you want to show them, like I said, that promised land, you can get them there. All righty. So that is the end of my talk today, guys. I really appreciate your time. Keep the questions coming. Again, high ticket sales, it's fun. If you're new in the beginning, it may be a little scary. You may be a little nervous. You may mess up. That's okay. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Get those reps in and, keep reaching out to people, meet them where they are. It is your duty to sell them because your service can change their life. You guys have a great one.